No.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you.
Where is that from?
First year we had barbecues live back in 2011. We all got monogrammed. Every time we did a barbecue, I would wear it.
He wasn't ready. He didn't even know who we had.
Wear it. When I go to the barbecue over here, I wear it. So I left it behind.
Okay, because it was in my office. And I was like, why does Orlando's apron here?
Hats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's neat though.
Yeah.
John Lee, the guy, there's probably 20 of them for him. There's a big chunk here, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He should be. He said he was.
Guys,
You going Thursday?
Tom.
You going Thursday, right?
Ready?
Yeah.
good evening. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing for the invocation by Reverend Ken Carpinelli. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's always a pleasure to see so many faces here tonight, especially for such good reasons, to be able to care about your community and to care about our youth. Those two have to come together in love. So let us pray. Almighty God, Heavenly Father, send down upon those who hold office here in Gloucester Township the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve in their offices to promote the well-being of all people. I ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
But I see we have, again, many faces. I would like to offer a prayer for the coaches. So again, let us bow our heads. God our Father, we pray for our coaches. We thank you for their unselfish dedication to the team. We thank you for the hours that they have dedicated. We thank you for the honor they bring to each and every player, the way in which they help to guide them, not just in the sport, but in their growth in life. Watch over them, watch over the families, and give them the health and strength to continue on each year, each season, each part of their life. I ask this also in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Good evening.
Good evening.
This regular meeting of the Township Council is being held in accordance with the schedule of the meetings of the Township Council, established and adopted by the Township Council, which schedule designated the time and date and place of this meeting. Adequate public notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. We are using electronic amplifying recording device in order to obtain a clear and audible record, and request all those wishing to speak be recognized and state your name and address directly to the microphone. The recording device will be solely utilized by the Township Clerk's Office for the preparation of the minutes and shall be the official record of the Township Council meetings. Madam Clerk, may I have the roll call, please?
Mr. Mignon,
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel. Here. Mrs. Grace Love. Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters. Here. Mr. Castro.
Here.
Mr. Mercado.
Present.
Mr. Carlemere.
Here.
Mr. Cardis.
Here.
Chief Harkins.
Here.
Mr. McGill.
Here.
Mrs. Corbin.
Madam Clerk, Miss Grace Love had a family matter to attend to today. She contacted me, made me aware of that.
Thank you.
This evening, we celebrate Coaches Appreciation Month. This is the third year we have held this ceremony, and we ask for nominations from all the different athletic organizations in our township to nominate that one coach that means that goes above and beyond and so special to that organization. So tonight we honor you, and we start off with our first honoree, John Mazza from Erial Little League.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to introduce John Mazza. When I received the letter and I read it, there was one word that stood out. He was nominated by one of his coaches that he works with very closely, Andrew Delvecchio. And he had mentioned that he was selflessness was one of the words. When I read through this and I spoke with him, I had two other words. And there's many more that can go, but mine was dedicated and role model besides being selflessness. John has been, he's from Swedesboro, and he went to Kingsway, and then he had moved here where him and his family reside. So in those years, he's become part of the Erial Little League. He had been brought into it, I think mainly from his wife, who was a big part of it. But with that, he became a very committed, very important person, well-rounded in Erial Little League baseball. He not only became one of the coaches, but he's helped out in other ways, such as the snack stand, cleaning up the complex to get ready for the kids to play. And he even said he hasn't mowed the lawn yet, but if there's ever an opportunity that you need the lawn mowed at Erial, he will be your guy. So he has been there for over 10 years, about 10 years working. And in that short time, he has made connections with families, with the kids, with other coaches. And together, they've been able to have such an organization that the kids want to come back and the kids want to play because they enjoy not only his coaching, but how he is with the kids and how he is a role model to everybody. So he also not only a coach to baseball, but he's been a coach to the GT Stallions and basketball. When his son played wrestling, he did sit on the sidelines and he was able to be a parent at that time. So besides being part of Erial, he was part of GT Stallions and the basketball team. So he never stopped growing as a coach, whether it's on the field or off the field. He would always ask questions, and it was more to find out a learning skill, what was best for the kids. His dedication and commitment has really impacted, and as you can see, the kids come back and they support him. When I was reading through this as well, his dedication, he was able to coach his kids' teams, the softball team, the baseball team, the football team that his kids were on. And his daughter not only said that he was a coach, and a dad, but he strived, which I thought was important. She said, "You pushed me to strive for greatness." The motivation was for growth of the players and not to be recognized, which I thought was important because we always want the kids to be the best, but we want our kids to do better than what they were doing before. So he was able to be an example and show them how they can just improve their skills. They don't have to be the best player, but as long as they are doing better, that builds the confidence. So he's able to help build that, which means a lot for the kids. His son, he said that he does it 110%. JJ does 110% because dad does 110%. So he sees that he's a role model to his kids. So that's important. He brings his family to the field. And that's what the players see too, and the families, that they're all connected, they're all there. And his wife, who's been there, they've been with each other. They spend half their life on the field together. So that's a lot. It's a lot of time, commitment for them to spend on the field, and he has no problem doing that. He brings his love for the sports onto the field for coaching and just being part of a team. He wants the kids to strive and be active. He wants them to just be the best that they can and be put on a team. And this team that they're on helps them set a foundation for when they're adults and that they're in the working world and they know how to work as a team player. So that's very important. I thought it was. He considers himself a simple man, but with this, simplicity goes a long way. So I commend you for all that you do, and thank you for being such a part of our community and our teams and our families, and a support person for the kid, not only the kids, but the parents as well, because it's a lot of time commitment. So we present this to you from the mayor. Okay. Paul Moriarty, Cody Miller, and Dan Hutchinson. And from Luke Capelli and Ed McDonald. We appreciate it. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Serious, I can go.
Me?
Who's next? Dave Gottlieb. Who's
I'm Joe DiMartino.
Siri?
Here
Siri.
we go.
Gotcha.
Okay. Watch the blood pressure rise.
Hello, everyone. I got the distinct pleasure to present Dave Gottlieb, if you don't mind coming up. Looks like chicken scratch, but I actually got some heart in it. It is with great pride that we acknowledge Dave Gottlieb for GT's Coach Appreciation Month. A pillar of Gloucester Township's youth sports, Dave has coached across GT Lions, Stallions, basketball, GT baseball, Blackwood Kiwanis, and GT flag football since its inception. Dave is one of the most requested coaches in GT football. And it's not just because of his looks, okay? Currently leading 2 teams with unmatched energy and heart. Season after season, he creates a positive, competitive, and fun environment that builds confidence, character, and a true love of the game in every athlete. Beyond celebrating Dave, beyond coaching, Dave is always first to volunteer, officiating, organizing events like opening day and the Turkey Bowl, and mentoring new coaches. His leadership and generosity make him a role model for players, parents, and peers alike. Dave lives in Glen Oaks with his wife, Lisa, and their 3 children. His dedication, consistency, and kindness embody everything youth sports should be. We're lucky to have him and proud to celebrate him. Dave's impact reaches far beyond the scoreboard. He's shaping future leaders one game at a time. So with that, I'd like to present you this award. They want to take a photo with us.
Dave is one of our best looking coaches in the organization.
Maybe not as good looking as the president, but good enough. All right. May I have my buddy up here, John Reeder? And of course, Blue Sox, get up here. Come on, you got to support your coach. Now, before I get started, and congratulations is in order. This team just won out of 12 highly competitive teams, 10U baseball teams in South Jersey, won the tournament this past weekend. And one of these players hit their first out of the park home run. All right. So my name is Councilman Jim Nash. I'm also the president of Gloucester Township Baseball and Flag Football. Been in the league for 15 years now, president for 8. And what I've found over all these years, it takes a lot of hard work. I see a lot of the faces in the audience here that are contribute to this. Countless amounts of volunteer hours, and without these good people who get involved, we wouldn't have an organization, and we wouldn't have a great organization. That's the first thing I want to point out about my buddy John. John's always willing to step in, always willing to help get the fields ready. In fact, there's a lot of times I'll show up to the fields and they're already done. John's already been there, already took care of it. And he always says, not a big deal. I got it. Not a big deal. I remember one time I went to drop off something to the snack stand and I pulled up to the field. John was driving. I don't even know what it's called. It was a tractor of some sort. A Kubota. He, by himself, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's driving a Kubota and resurfacing the fields for you guys to get the fields right for those guys. So, I mean, yeah, just to make sure it's perfect for everybody. In the beginning of the season, we have something called a field day. Brian used to be there. But what we do with the field day is we put together a big list. We ask all the coaches to come out, and we have a checklist of everything that needs to be done to get the season started. Ron's been there a few times, Denny. So I go to the field the day before to start my checklist, to get a material list of everything we need. And I show up, everything's done. And I kid you not, everything. And these aren't little tasks. I mean, these are like taking care of fields, loading a bunch of dirt and hanging tarps. And John's the guy. I mean, it's amazing. It goes above and beyond. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. And yeah, he always says, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I got it. Not a big deal. But that's not the only reason why I nominated John for tonight's award. In addition to always willing to help, John is one of our best coaches and one of the most highly parent-requested coaches in our baseball organization, year after year. Ed Corsi's back there, my VP for GT Baseball. He can contest. Every single year, we get more requests for John Reeder. And that's saying a lot. So he coaches two teams. He coaches in our novice division. His little guy, Bryson. Yeah, there he is. And he also coaches our very successful, like I mentioned earlier, 10U Blue Sox travel team. But the reason why he's so highly requested and stands out to me personally, not just because he's an excellent baseball coach, because he is, but he teaches the kids the fundamentals of baseball, teaches them discipline. These are things that they will use both on and off the field for the rest of their lives. But most important than all of that is he prioritizes fun. The kids have fun when they're with Coach John. And it's easy to get caught up in baseball. You guys saw it, I'm sure. You got that tough coach, and we love them, but sometimes they're a little too tough. John keeps it fun. These kids enjoy playing for him, and he gets it. It's what it's all about. So the kids, you guys are very lucky to have Coach John. As an organization, we're very lucky to have John in our organization. And as Gloucester Township residents, we're very, very lucky to have John in our community. He's an excellent asset to the community, and I want to congratulate him and thank him for his years of service to GT Baseball. Now, we also do something called challenge coins in Gloucester Township. Mayor started this program, and essentially what it is it goes back to the World War II maybe, but essentially you hand this out, you give this to a person in the community that does great things for the town or great things for the community or great thing in war or whatever it may be. They stand out as a great community leader, and I want to present that to John. John's going to say something.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the coaches. I know you guys all do it for the same reason. We're doing it for the kids. All right? We don't do it to be recognized. And it's the biggest reason why I coach. And I love all you guys just like you're my own. I coach my own sons. You guys are all my boys, right? Thank all my parents, because without you guys, none of it's possible, right? You guys are getting there sometimes earlier than we do. Danny, my man, always with me doing the fields. Ant, you're out there. My other coaches, Tom and Colin, they're not here right now, are they? Oh, well, Tom's not here. I didn't see Colin either. I love those guys. Oh, God. So I grew up in this town playing youth sports all the way through Gloucester Township Stallions, Glen Oaks baseball, Blackwood baseball. And the guys I looked up to are the reasons of who I am. My parents, I love you guys. Thank you. You've made me the man that I am. My wife, she donates just as much time as I do. So I love you, babe. All right. That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm thankful. Yeah, get in there, Woods.
Our next recipient this evening is Kirk Cooper. He didn't bring anyone to support him this evening. Congratulations. A couple weeks ago, I was watching this documentary on Netflix, and there was a quote that was made by one of the people on there, and he talked about that a society has never gone bankrupt by investing in its youth. And this town over the years has continued it over and over again to invest in its youth. And it's because of you guys that are here that have sustained all our youth programs and our athletic programs. So thank you very much for all the coaches that are here tonight. Kirk, I met Kirk maybe about 9 years ago. We have a huge Martin Luther King Day of Service program here in Gloucester Township. And one of the projects was cleaning up Lake Matilda. Does anyone know where Lake Matilda is? Yeah. It is a old German campground that
a vacation recreational area in the 30s and 40s and 50s.
And the Boy Scouts took it over. And so Martin Luther King Day is in January. And Kirk had volunteered to head up a group to clean up Lake Matilda in January. And I remember speaking to him. I said, the weather's going to be like 20 degrees. He's like, we'll be out there at Lake Matilda. And Kirk headed that up for at least 3 or 4 years. So that's how I met him. And when I met him, I found him to be, his personality to be infectious, to be an enthusiastic individual. And when we received his nomination from Glendora softball from their president, Jen Scanderi, I was very happy to see that. He was born and raised in Magnolia. He's been a resident of Gloucester Township since 2011. He lives in Glen Oaks with his 3 daughters. So he's a father of 3 young ladies. In fact, one of them helps to coach in Glendora softball. She's in the back. Where's Coach? Okay, there she is. He works for a career. He works in employee benefits in the employee benefits field. He's a 12U coach now at Glendora softball, but started helping out at the 8U level. He focused on the fundamentals of softball and positive reinforcement and feedback. His team placed second in the South Jersey GSA 10U American bracket in spring of 2025. They placed second in spring of 2024, and then first in 2023 for the 8U team. He continues to coach fall ball. He's an active member that helps with projects, whether it's working the snack stand, stocking up the snack stand, maintaining the field, inventory uniforms, selling spirit wear. He is involved. He recruits family members to participate in Glendora's softball and parents into our program. And he focuses on the development of each and every one of his players with his enthusiasm and his encouragement. The president of Glendora softball said he dedicates his time to practices, 2 practices per week and 2 games, and estimated over 8 hours, and will also help do field maintenance in his spare time. I don't know if he has any spare time, but it's a tremendous narrative of the work that you do, Kirk. And on behalf of Mayor and Council, we present you this Coaches Appreciation Month Award, in addition to proclamations from the Camden County Board of Commissioners, the United States Congress from Donald Norcross, and also from the New Jersey State Legislature, signed by Senator Paul Moriarty, Assemblyman Dan Hutchinson, and Assemblyman Cody Miller. Congratulations, Kurt.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah. You're so proud of us.
Congratulations to everyone here. We all know what it takes. It takes an army. On behalf of myself, my family, there's other coaches on the team. Coach Ray's here tonight too. Coach Megan couldn't make it, but hey, like everybody said, right? You do this for the love of the kid, the love of the community. To me, to find something that we all can agree on. We all can come here, different people, different ages, different walks of life, and we're all here to help the kids. And that's what motivates me. I love seeing everybody grow. So keep at it. Keep working hard.
Oh, right. Come on. Yeah.
Ladies, everybody's watching. Thank you very much.
I think he brought his own cheerleaders. And they've been cheering for everybody that's been up here so far. So good job, girls. Good job. Well, tonight it's Joey DiMartino's turn. Come on down, Joey.
My dad's name is Joe, so
Okay.
now we
yeah.
can differentiate who gets the award.
Well, I heard about your dad too.
Yeah, he got an award a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot of things too. My
Yes,
goodness.
yep.
Sometimes we try and emulate our parents, and that's one of the best things we can ever do is emulate our parents when they've done so many good things for other people. So yeah, I think that's what you've done.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Joey's he's an alumni of the Timber Creek Junior Wrestling Program, which his father Joe founded. So that's really important because when your father or your mother founds an organization, it becomes part of your family. It becomes part of your way of life. And to have that type of organization is great. It really is because it teaches you so many different things. But he's also an accomplished wrestler. I don't know some of the holds. Anybody know the holds? I heard he's
There's a
pretty
couple of
good.
people out there.
I heard that too, yeah. And then he went on to wrestle in college. So it's part of his life. He's now an employee and an assistant coach at Timber Creek. Yeah. Let's hear it. Yeah. He not only coaches wrestling, he coaches football and baseball. So I would say you have a well-rounded sports ability, which is great. Joey began volunteering with our program during the 18-19 season at Timber Creek. He quickly developed up into our entire program, The consistency and dedication he has provided is a true blessing for all of us, especially for the program, because it's really made it strong. Before Joe, TCJW had many great coaches, but none lasted more than 1 or 2 years. There's a lot of work involved, and it takes away from your family. So you really have to be dedicated, and wore a lot of people out. Wasn't that they weren't good coaches. They were great. They just had too much to do. But in a way, that's good because it sets the stage for other coaches to come. And it sets the landmark for them to be as good as, or even better if they can. He's not only taught the kids about coaching, but he's helped all of the other volunteers level up their game as a coach. He's helped the coaches hone their wrestling knowledge, how to conduct themselves. And most important, you've got to be able to conduct yourself in the highest of emotional situations. You can't lose control. You have to be in control at all times. And he's teaching the kids that. That's wonderful, especially in today's society, as we know. Joe spends a tremendous amount of volunteer time to give our wrestlers all of the possible opportunities to learn and get better. He's at Timber Creek at 6 a.m. Is there really a 6 a.m.? Yeah, they're open. And he does that during the wrestling season. And during the wrestling season, he doesn't leave till 9 o'clock at night. So he's given his all to these kids. He really is. He attends league meetings for both elementary and middle school matches. He spends all of his available nights and weekends coaching at practices, matches, and tournaments. He has taken several wrestlers to junior state championships, and he'd help them bring home medals. I think that's wonderful. Even in the off season, he makes himself available spring and summer. And he'll work with anybody. If you want to do better, he will work with you to help you maintain your greatness. You can't even ask for more than that from somebody. That's giving your all. Under Joe, we have graduated some of the biggest classes of wrestlers in the high school system. Well, besides all that, and I'm pretty tired of hearing all this stuff that you do, he's also very active in the community. He checks in on his kids, makes sure they're at school and in attendance at many of their other sports events. Joe's a big part of the Gloucester Township community, and especially the Timber Creek Junior Wrestling system. And we just want to all congratulate Joe for a great job. Joe. He too gets a plaque and all of the special mentions from all of the legislators. Say a few words?
No, I'm good.
He's done. He's got to go home and coach some more. Okay. Now we have another person I get to introduce. Does anybody know Brian Van Sciver? Come on down. You want to bring up the team? Bring them up. We're looking at Blackwood Kiwanis Little League. They were all proud to nominate Brian Van Sciver for Coach of the Year. Hey guys, how you doing? Good? Are you happy? Oh, we even got a little one slipped in there. Everybody like their coach? Yeah. Good ground. Good job. Here, let's put the littler ones up front. Okay. Great team. Great looking team. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Over the past 3 years, Brian has been an integral part of our league. He's dedicated countless hours to developing young athletes, both on and off the field. And we can see they're quite young. So the younger they are, the little bit harder it is. But when you get them at this age, it sticks with them. They learn quickly. They're like sponges. They just absorb it all and they just want to have fun. His passion for the game and commitment to teaching the fundamentals of baseball. They're matched only by the enthusiasm for creating a positive and encouraging team environment. That word team, that's a really important word. There's no I in team. It's all about all of them, not just one. And they're learning that, and that's important. Brian is consistently one of the most requested coaches in our program. Lucky guy. That's a testament to the respect and admiration he has earned from players and parents alike. His approach to coaching goes beyond wins and losses. He focuses on building confidence, teamwork, sportsmanship. He does that with every child. He makes sure that he doesn't miss one when he teaches that stuff. That's really important. His influence leaves a lasting impact, not only for these children, but for when they go home to their parents. Their parents realize the difference, as you know. I think it's wonderful. I really do. Brian works tirelessly to help players develop discipline, which we all need, respect, and especially perseverance. That's really important. He embodies the values that define BKLL. Those qualities are leadership. We may see some future leaderships. Who knows? We might have a future president of the United States in here. Yeah. Community and character. Those three things are really important. I know I keep saying that, but every word that I'm saying I think is very important, especially to these children. And for all of you coaches, for everybody, because I know every coach in this room is probably doing almost the same thing. And so you're creating a future for our children to be good, kind people and to help each other and to care. And I think that's wonderful. So for all of that, I congratulate you and I give you an award for being such a wonderful coach. Can you see that?
See you guys?
And this
Hey,
is,
that's because of you guys.
that's because of all of you.
Because of you guys.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay, let's slide
Nah,
over.
no
We'll get a
speech.
little picture. No speech?
No speech. Come on.
Okay. Come on, guys. There we go.
Say something.
Yep, turn around.
Turn around.
All right, say cheese. Cheese. I have one of my best friends. Need some?
No speech, but this is our state. What do we do before we leave everything we do? What do we do? Hands in. What up? Blackwood on 3. 1, 2, 3, Blackwood!
I don't think I've ever seen this much energy in this room in the last 10 years that I've been here. What a wonderful night, right? Not only all these organizations, some of them I've been part of. My kids played there. I coached some of them. But I love the fact that everybody's got their colors on and you bring in your cheering squad. This is awesome. Right now, I have the honor of bringing up from the Field of Dreams, Frank Dentino. So Frank is part of our Gloucester Township Field of Dreams, which is a baseball organization for individuals with special needs. A lot of you in this room have participated in there as buddies. We pretty much play our games in April through June, Saturday mornings, but we now, since we have lights on our field, now we can open that up to Friday nights. So in 2017, the talk started about starting the Field of Dreams in Valley Brook, and I was given a bunch of names of who could participate in that. One of them was Mary Jo, who's on our school board. So she comes walking in this room with a gentleman by the name of Frank. So I look at this guy and I said, this poor guy, he's now involved in this. So he came, not only did he come to every game, every meeting,
when we practice, he doesn't just sit on the sidelines or in the dugout. He's 100% all in. The first year I was one of the pitchers, and I can tell you it was very stressful. I sweated up a storm making sure that the ball hits the bat every time. Frank nonchalantly walks up to me and says, I can pitch also. I pitch for my softball league. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a beer softball league, but I said, bingo, I'll take you. So it's a fine art trying to do that, as I said. Bob, you're a close second. You did well this year. Thank you. But Frank's got it. He was catching. He was pitching. He's also involved in other things in our township, but always can be found on Saturday mornings or Friday nights now at the Gloucester Township Field of Dreams. Even though this year he's had some medical emergencies, some surgeries that were life-threatening, Frank still made it to the dugout, cheered the kids on, came in his uniform, and then we had an all-star game this September where he pitched for the kids. One time, to show Frank's versatility, we have the kids, they sing the national anthem. Well, we didn't have somebody show up that day, and Mary Jo let it out that Frank can sing the national anthem. So I turned to him and I say, you can? Well, Frank pinch hit, and he sang the national anthem for us. Now, when I saw him in the back, he says, do I have to give a speech? I said, no, you just got to sing the national anthem. Coach Frank is a true asset to our township, the Field of Dreams, and is highly respected by all his players on his teams, with some of them being here tonight. Tonight is just not a night about championships, accolades. It's about making a difference in someone's life. And Frank, 100%, absolutely does that. Frank, congratulations.
I'd like to thank the other coaches that assist, and the kids have really enriched my life more than I could have ever imagined. And I'd like to dedicate the award to the kids because they're the true all-stars.
Well, Frank, I didn't know you could sing the national anthem. Heck, I didn't even know you could sing. So that's fantastic. We should have had you do that today. I have good evening, everybody. I have the honor of bringing forward and honoring Coach Ron Tinsley. Coach, come on up. Hey, Coach. So Coach Tinsley was nominated by his organization, the GT Lions Youth Football, of which Ron has been a part of for 23 years. 23 years. He has served as vice president, and he is committed to using football as a tool to instill important life values such as teamwork, perseverance, and respect. He has built lasting relationships with his players, many of whom he still keeps in touch with, and even now coaches along the sidelines. He has helped grow the GT Lions into more than a team. He's built a family that young people can rely on for guidance, support, and encouragement. The coach is a lifelong Gloucester Township resident, and even after briefly taking a year off from coaching, he returned to announce games and ultimately found himself back on the sidelines. And that reflects the kind of person that he is: passionate, dependable, and fully committed to the growth and success of his players. Now, Ron coaches the 12U team, and tonight his team has a playoff game, but the coach is here. Now, he did share with his friends that he is honored to receive this recognition, but that he is a little bummed to miss the action on the field. Sorry about that, Coach. Do you have a score? I was going to say, do you have a score? 14-0. Let's go. Go Lions. I love it. So the organization said that through his tireless efforts, approachable nature, and unwavering dedication, Ron has steered many youth toward positive paths in education, leadership, and personal growth. He continues to be a driving force for positive change, proving that a true coach doesn't just build players, he shapes futures. And in the words that he still shares with his players to this day, there is no success without sacrifice. And so, Coach, I thank you for your sacrifice, the time that you have given to the GT Lions organization and to the youth of our community. Congratulations and thank you.
Nope.
You're good? Okay, Coach. All right. Keep us informed on the score.
Thank you.
I know. What is that?
Brian Horton, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a second. We have to find out who's presenting Mr. Horton.
Are you with Mr. Horton?
Siri. Siri. Yep.
Wow. I'm gonna try and read that without my glasses now. Let me see if we can make this happen. Brian Horton, please come on up.
Hold on, Siri. Your glasses are coming.
Thank you. I mean, I know at 50 I lost my hair, but I didn't know my vision was going to go with it as well. But Brian has been an exemplary member of our organization for the better part of 10 years now. He has committed his time and energy to the GTHA without hesitation through his tenure. He has served on our board multiple times in multiple different capacities. He has coached and won several in-house league championships as well as multiple travel team championships. By this point, Brian has coached over 100 kids in our league. That's a lot. That's a lot of Happy Meals, bro. He is a beloved coach by kids and parents alike, and he does it for the right reasons. He makes an impact on the kids' lives as they will remember him forever. For Brian, it isn't about winning. It's about being a member of the community and supporting kids within the community and bringing them together to achieve something. So with that being said, Brian, I'm honored to present you this plaque and all the accolades as well in the certificates that everyone else received prior. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's do a group. Let's slide over y'all. Come on, y'all got it. Back here. There we go.
Thank you.
I just want to dedicate this award to my wife, who is the person behind all the coaching that I do. So thank you so much, babe. I love you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming out this evening. Let me first congratulate everyone that was recognized here today. You stand out because you're outstanding, and we really appreciate that. I want to say something even more important, and that's thank you. Thank you so very, very much for what you do for the youth of our community. Thank you for what you do to make Gloucester Township a great place to live. You have no idea the difference that you are making, the difference that you're making in the future. You are sending ripple effects into the future. And, for the young people that are here today, I want you to learn and listen to your coaches because they're not going to steer you wrong. And then one day, you'll be a coach. You'll be involved in your community. You will give back to make your community a better place. That's what each and every one of you are doing. And it is sincerely, sincerely my pleasure to congratulate you and to thank you. We have, thank them. Yeah, let's hear for them. We, myself and our council, are going to continue to invest in the youth of our community. They are, as I said, the future. Whether it's new lighting on our fields, new indoor batting cages that are being built, whether it is investing in our Field of Dreams, it's investing in the hockey rinks, the best on the East Coast, I understand, that we have, and we're so very proud of that. That's because we want to prioritize the youth of our community. And thank you so very much for doing that. People, I don't know if you noticed, people want to live here in Gloucester Township. They want to live here because of your efforts. I also want to say that we have a safe community here in Gloucester Township, and I want to acknowledge Chief Harkins, who this is his last council meeting before he retires later this week. And Chief, I want to thank you. We certainly appreciate his leadership and keeping all of us safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, on behalf of our town council and myself, thank you for making Gloucester Township a great place to live. At this time, I would ask all the award recipients if you could come forward. We're going to get a group photo. Thank you all for being here.
We'll take a 15-minute recess.
What's going on? Great idea. Right? I know. When I was sitting there quietly, they're like, who hasn't
You're not getting up right now. Proud moments. Okay, I'm gonna say the temperature difference between in here and my office is like, it's about 30 degrees difference. It is, it's so hot. Between my office on the other side and here, it's about 30 degrees cooler in my office. Like, I'm freezing. Like, I had my heater on. It's so cold. I think they still have the air on the other side of the building. Guess what? I have like the air on I'm like, I feel so good when I'm cold. I like to be cold. Yeah. I'm like this. In the summertime, I need some kind of water. Fun stuff, Tara. Yes. I'm flying. Absolutely. I said it's about 30 degrees warmer over here than it is over there. I wanted to go over, but I think he left right after he got I know, but he still has his stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really That's funny. That's exactly like how my son acts. He gets in the front.
I'm gonna say bye to you before I depart.
Good, Helen, how are you? Pretty good. Go through there and you come back in here. Yeah.
Really?
It doesn't. Yes, Ashley. Yes. Yeah. 16 months old.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. Let me find
So, an interesting conversation.
I want you to
Regarding
give me the number and get mine. Oh, yeah. Is it 15 minutes? Just that it goes all over the place.
I said, well, someone who's a daily session.
You bring yourself down to that level.
I live on
All right, let's get this rolling. Are we still running?
What's the game tonight?
Huh?
Who's playing tonight?
Dodgers playing tonight. They said they couldn't get a parking spot. It was
Yeah, I
jammed,
believe that. Yeah.
Football tonight? I don't know who plays tonight. Yeah, who's playing?
5 minutes.
Tampa, maybe?
Start.
I don't know. Chiefs, Kansas City. Chiefs and Washington. Chiefs and Washington.
Joey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He just got a sales. He just got it on Friday. It starts next Monday. He's going to be traveling, delivering.
I have it towards the end of the season. I mean, I kind of phased out with that. I didn't see him either.
He just got it. Finally, just got it. He went on 7 interviews with this one company, and he just got it. I love Lee Risky. Joe, good seeing you, bud. Congratulations, Joey.
I don't know.
Sweater.
Madam Clerk, may I have the roll call again, please?
Mr. Mignon,
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel,
Here.
Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters,
Here.
Mr. Castro,
Here.
Mr. Mercado,
Present.
Mr. Carlemere,
Here.
Mr. Cardis,
Here.
Chief Harkins, Mr. McGill.
Here.
We have our public comment. This is for agenda items only. Anyone wishing to speak, please raise your hand. You may speak one time. There's 3 minutes for each person to speak during the public comment period, and this is for agenda items only. Anyone wish to speak on the agenda? Mr. Leader.
Oh.
Dave Leader, Glendora. I was trying to look at the charges account. I had the printout, but I couldn't tell which account the charges were going to. I asked the clerk for a list of the account numbers for each of the accounts that were specified in the agenda item, and I was sent the report, the URL for the report. I already had the report. So I'm interested in knowing the account numbers so I can search that report and learn more about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? We'll close the first public comment. Madam Clerk and Mr. Carter, is that something that you can help Mr. Leader with?
Yeah, I believe Mrs. Air
Eric, the
responded
CFO?
To him.
We sent him a link today.
A link was sent. Did you receive that link?
Yes, it was a report. It wasn't the account name, general account.
Is that something that we provide, Mr. Carter?
Mrs. Air can provide that, yes.
Okay, all right.
No, ma'am. I'm just looking for all the items that are on the agenda.
It's in the report.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, I can print it as a PDF and then maybe highlight a couple of the first so you can follow it clear.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mrs.
I'll
Eric.
look at it myself first.
Thank you, Mrs. Eric. We'll next have our consent agenda. Any council member would like to have any item removed from consent agenda, please speak up. Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon,
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel,
Yes.
Mr. Nash.
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Mr. Castro.
Yes.
Mr. Mercado.
Present. We did not receive any GTE Gov access emails. We'll now go to our second public comment. This is for 30 minutes total. Each speaker is entitled to 5 minutes. They may speak once. At the end of that public comment period, council will respond to those questions or comments. Does anyone like to speak during this second public comment? Mr. Byrne, Leader, Ms. Coyne, and then Mr. Leader. Is there anyone else? Ms. Gentili and Mr. Brown. In that order, please remember it.
Good evening, Council. Brian Burns, Saulwood Drive and Ariel.
Good evening, Mr. Burns.
How are you? I wanted to kind of, one more time, and maybe put this Hickstown discussion to rest this evening. We've had a number of questions, a couple of responses. So actually, I have 2 questions for this evening. One regarding the Hickstown property, which I do realize there are no plans submitted to the planning board or zoning board, although the township does have a concept plan. So my question this evening with regard to these 4 proposed warehouses is, does the township, working as a redevelopment entity, support the recommendation of the master plan reexamination to create a redevelopment zone in that area? So this is not my recommendation. It is a recommendation by the planning board who adopted the master plan reexamination. Okay, so that's question 1. Question 2, I Oprah'd or put in an Oprah request regarding the former Freeway Golf Course property with regard to any plans or documents regarding that property. Ms. Jenna Albano responded that there are no plans on file in the planning or zoning board offices for the Freeway Golf Course property. I'm going through my files. There was a resolution passed, R2404-126, which approved a wastewater pumping station for that property. And in that resolution, it mentions 567 townhouse units and 229 single-family units. So my question is, what can council tell us about the development of that property when the clerk's office says there are no plans, and yet the resolution that was passed for the pumping station identifies, like I said, 567 townhouse units and 229 single-family units. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Burns.
Good evening, Denise Coyne, Hughes Landing.
Good evening.
Good evening. I request that this statement, my questions, and any responses be included verbatim in the meeting minutes. I'm speaking about the upcoming November 10th public hearing on Ordinance 02521 and the proposal to add 1092 Williamstown Road, Block 18302, Lot 5 to the New Vision redevelopment overlay. The timing of this hearing, days after the election, is hard to ignore. Given what's at stake for the taxpayers, it appears it is meant to avoid scrutiny until after votes are cast. But before anyone says to wait for the hearing on the public hearing, the public needs answers now to prepare. There has been little transparency and residents lack information to assess the impact of the settlement. The settlement agreement was discussed in closed session and approved in public without documentation or fiscal analysis for residents to review. Council has refused to disclose how many years the pilot will last, and no written evidence shows this deal's benefits to taxpayers. From what I understand, council received only verbal assurances from the township's outside redevelopment attorney, no cost comparison, no report, no review. Now residents are asked to expand the redevelopment area to include 1092 Williamstown Road, even though the township's own study found the property does not meet the statutory criteria for being in need of redevelopment. If that's the case, why add it? Your attorney said you don't have to approve it, including this lot, since it was not part of the original settlement. The council president may say the planning board approved it, but that doesn't make the process objective. One member of the planning board is a spouse of a pay-to-play vendor. Another works in the mayor's office. One works for the county, and her daughter interned in the mayor's office. And a sitting councilwoman who voted for the settlement also voted on it as a planning board member when she should have recused herself under NJSA 40A:9-22.5D and Wykowski versus Reyes 132 NJ 509, which require recusal when impartiality could be reasonably questioned. The planning board has 7 members, 2 were absent, leaving 5 to vote. Even if Councilwoman Albright Troxel recused herself, there still would have been 4 votes, but the appearance of impartiality remains a concern. These redevelopment relationships raise serious questions about whether the recommendation to expand the redevelopment area was independent. What are the plans for 1092 Williamstown Road? Will it be townhomes? And if so, are those in addition to the 204 units already approved? The redeveloper already owns the property. He could follow his own redevelopment plan and could build under existing zoning. The only clear reason to add it appears to be to extend the pilot and reduce taxes. Residents deserve clear answers and transparency before the election, so voters understand who their representatives are representing and where each one stands on this deal. The public also deserves a financial analysis comparing the cost to the residents of settling versus going to court before November 10th hearing, and an explanation why the settlement was approved without it. Please release the settlement agreement and any financial data showing whether this deal serves the public interest. I ask council to answer these questions for the record. 1, did this settlement arise from council's oversight as the redevelopment entity? 2, what evidence showed settling was financially better than litigation? 3, why was no independent cost-benefit analysis released? 4, exactly how many years will the pilot last and what revenue will it generate compared to full taxation? If you don't know, why approve it? 5, what is the total number of housing units planned, including any on 1092 Williamstown Road? If Lot 5 is not blighted, what justification supports adding it since the developer already owns it, can follow his own plan, and needs no incentive to build? 7, how much taxpayer money was spent on the study, and why was it needed if inclusion was predetermined? 8, if Councilwoman Helen Albright Troxel should have recused herself, how does that affect the validity of the board's recommendation that Block 18302, Lot 5 be included in the redevelopment plan? Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave Leader, Glendora.
Good evening, Mr. Leader.
Good evening. Last week, I talked about the ads that are filling our mailboxes that are pretty nasty. And I asked Councilwoman Grace Love and Councilwoman Albright Troxel if they approve those ads. Councilman Castro was not here. I ask you, did you approve those ads? I asked last week if the council is following Robert's rules of meeting, and I was told that it did. I stood at the end of the meeting while the meeting was still open, waiting to be recognized by the council, and I was not recognized. I stood longer than I should have, but it was at least 5 minutes. And you can verify that if you look at the videotape. Robert's rule says when one of the members stands, they're to be recognized when no one else is speaking. I have not heard from, new subject is a green team. I went to the office and took photographs of the plaques, of the drawings that the children made for the DARE. And I asked if the chief of staff would call me, please. They took a note, never asked me my phone number. So I guess either they know it or they know he's not going to call, but I didn't get a call. It's been 2 weeks now since I left that. I have a good idea. You could save the township money by announcing candidates earlier. And then somebody comes in the middle of the night and takes their trash for free. The township doesn't have to do it. They go to the candidate's house, open the trash can, and it's already been emptied. I mean, that's a service, isn't it? That's really above and beyond. Picking up trash in the middle of the night. It's a good deed for the council and the township. Council is still in violation of the public portion rule, where they can violate their own rule on talkbacks on the public portion. But if the public asks a question during that, they get gavelled and told that they're out of order. And the council, there's no one to slam a council when they talk and ask the public for a response. It's either a rule or it's not a rule, isn't it? Is it good for the council? It should be good for the public. I asked for an organizational chart to be updated. Mr. Cardamone said that no one requested an updated org chart. I guess I am not part of no one, as I did request an org chart. So if no one requested the org chart and I did, then I want to be on the list of people who requested an org chart, an updated org chart. It's coming on 3 years since the township has updated their org chart. So please add my request for an updated org chart to your action item list. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Nancy Kelly Gentili, Blackwood.
Hello.
Just want to piggyback off of the same topic from earlier. I want to understand what's going on with the settlement with 1000 Williamstown Road, Ordinance 02521. So what I've gathered, in July 2025, the township reached a settlement with a developer and ending a lawsuit. That lawsuit came about after council, the township redevelopment entity, approved the residential overlay in the new vision redevelopment area in bits and pieces, while seemingly overlooking a remaining very large parcel of land that still allowed warehouses. The developer bought that land intending to build warehouses, but council later approved an ordinance making warehouses a conditional use. Developer then sued and settled that followed allowed for rezoning and a pilot payment in lieu of taxes for 5 specific lots in the new vision area. So keep following. I want to make sure that I have it right. To carry out the terms, council must adopt that ordinance 02521, which puts the zoning changes and pilot into law. If it isn't approved, the township can't legally complete what was already agreed to in the settlement. That could lead the developer to return to court or ask for a judge to enforce the agreement. However, that risk applies only to the 5 parcels in that settlement, not to 1092 Williamstown Road, Lot 5. It was never a part of it. So in addition to 1092, it's not approved. The settlement and the pilot are still approved for the other lots. Ordinance 02521 is the piece that activates the settlement and the pilot, payment in lieu of taxes. Without the deal can't move forward, and the township might have to renegotiate or face renewed litigation. So from what I understand, neither the public nor council members has seen any independent financial analysis defending the lawsuit or for settling and agreeing to the pilot. Pilot payments do not include a payment for educational costs of sending kids who live there to schools, and there would be a shortfall of millions of dollars for their education for the duration of the pilot. If the township did have to renegotiate or even face renewed litigation, that might not be a bad thing. It could finally bring transparency to the details that have not been shared, and it might lead to even a more fair deal. Without an independent financial analysis, there's no way to know whether approving this ordinance is truly better for the taxpayers than going to court. So what I need to know before you vote, and the residents do need to understand clearly, 1, was my summary correct? Does Ordinance 02521 make the settlement and the pilot take effect? 2, is it true Ordinance 02125 does not have to be approved? 3, is it true the council does not have to approve adding that block 18302 Lot 5 to that redevelopment area? 4, why hasn't a neutral financial review been shared so the taxpayers can see what option is in our best interest? 5, why was the settlement agreement approved by council without seeing the estimate of the cost to the taxpayers to settle versus the cost for the taxpayers not to settle? Full transparency. I know people didn't want a warehouse. And I know people don't want to have to pay for other kids going to their schools either. And it was already asked, but again, how many years is the pilot for? Thank you.
Ms. Chantil, do you have a copy of what you just asked, those 5 questions at the end?
Nope, that's why we need it back and forth, because then I can
No, because I wouldn't
pause
be
and
able to
answer.
answer that. So thank you.
I mean, if you have a question, I can always back and forth again.
Hey, it's been a while. David
Mr.
Brown,
Brown?
Mulberry Station. I believe it's Mulberry Station. Is that right? Is it Mulberry Station?
Yes.
First off, I came in. I mean, it's been a year since I've came to a meeting because of my work. Glad to see the American flags properly standing above the other flags and with the eagle out front. I appreciate that. I really do. Question I have, I never got answered a year ago, and I've still been waiting for an answer. I asked a year ago about the revenue from the solar panels. We said when they first got them, we said we were going to save $400,000 a year. Are we still saving that? I know the life expectancy for solar panels is like 25 to 30 years. So I was wondering, are we still saving the $400,000 a year? And then I also asked about the revenue from the prime outlets. Because I know before prime outlets come, Dan Hutchinson said we're getting $5,000 for the farmland. So it's a whole lot better getting prime outlets, give them the 5-year abatement, and then we get revenue after that. I've asked how much was the revenue we're getting per year from there. Every time I go, there's 10, 12 empty places there all the time now. Just like when they opened up Berlin Cross Keys over by Texas Roadhouse. Those things have emptied out like crazy, and they need redevelopment. And I guess prime outlets took a lot of the money for that. And then I also asked about how much revenue are we getting from the marijuana sales, and I never got an answer. But I notice our budget keeps going up, our taxes keep going up, but we're supposedly getting millions of dollars from these 3 things alone. And I'm just trying to figure out where's all this going. I know a good guy that can come and check the books out. I mean, he's real good. He worked at Pine Hill for years. He's worked $1 billion accounts. Les Gallagher, real good guy if y'all want somebody to second eye on things. Also, I was looking at the debt for our township. I moved here in 2011, and I believe in 2010 our debt was like 32 million, and now we're like 70. And so, I mean, the sign says we incorporated 1695. Look online, it says 1798. So from 1798 to 2010, our debt was 32 million. From 2010 to now, we've increased it by 38 million. All these bonds and everything we're doing. Is there any way to get a handle on this? Because making it worse on us. My property taxes went up 40% since I've been here, since 2011. I mean, I moved here, my property tax was $6,800 a year. Whole lot more than what I used to paying. Now it's $9,600 a year. I know where I'm from, a lot of people don't like hearing that, but we used the revenue from the lottery for the school system. And they also gave scholarships to the students who qualified for college. They gave them scholarships. And if we use lottery money for that, can you imagine how much that would save the taxpayers here? That's all I got.
Can I just ask one thing?
Yes,
When
sir.
you asked about the solar panels, what solar panels are you referring to? There's solar panels throughout the township.
I know that's
So solar panels for the
they
schools?
said the solar panels would save us $400,000 a year.
But what solar panels? There's solar panels for the schools, solar panels on the Gems landfill, solar panels on Summerdale Road. So that's why I need clarification from you.
That's just what y'all always said. And it was posted out there when I first moved here. We'll save $400,000 a year because of the solar panels. I don't know which ones, but I know the ones that were put on the schools, we had to take them off and then re-put them back on, and the taxpayer had to pay all that money also. I got solar panels on my house. If I take them off, I get one time free. So I don't know. I'm just trying to find more information out.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that'd like to speak that has not spoken? Okay, we'll close the public portion. Okay. Mr. Burns had two questions. The Hickstown property, and does the Township Council working at the redevelopment entity support the redevelopment or the recommendations of the master plan? I think I've answered this a couple times, and what my personal stance on it, of commenting on it. I don't know if anyone else from council would like to comment on that. Mr. Burns has asked that question on more than one occasion. Does anyone like to comment on that? My comment remains the same, Mr. Burns. The freeway project, the townhomes and the single-family units that are there, what kind of information we could provide on that? I don't have that in front of me. I can't give you specifics on the count, but you did submit an Oprah. I believe you stated that for that property. But I will try to get you additional information on that, and I have your personal email, so I will gather that and forward that to you. Ms. Coyne provided a letter that she wanted her statement to be included and responses verbatim in the meeting minutes. I'm not sure, Madam Clerk, that you provide verbatim statements, but do you provide a general synopsis? So I'm not sure if it will be verbatim, Ms. Coyne, but I will start off with the comment that council has refused to disclose how many years the pilot will last. No one refused. The question was asked if there was a pilot, and I had said yes. The pilot is 10 years. That pilot will be provided to the individuals, serve as a marketing tool for the individuals that purchase those townhomes, and they will have that pilot that's available to them. No one refused, so that is incorrect. Going forward, the questions regarding, impartiality of the planning board, and I'll just go back to the questions at the end. And Mr. Carter, if you're able to help me, I do appreciate it. I asked council to answer these questions for the record. Did this settlement arise from council's oversight as the redevelopment entity?
Well, I think if you have to go back to a couple of years, if my recollection serves me correct, council then established a plan for the development of 1000 Williamstown Road, and it included certain things that once 3 or 4 months went by after 1000 Williamstown Road had all their approvals through the various boards and were ready to move forward. Then council made a change in its plan that eliminated something that 1000 Williamstown Road, the developer was relying on. And the developer, since they lost that ability after having actually received it through the various planning board and everything in approval, the zoning changed, and that was the nature of the litigation. That was a very complicated litigation. Mark Celta's firm handled that litigation from beginning to end, very competent, very detailed in how it was approached. There were several meetings that Mr. Celta briefed in closed session with litigation as to the success in areas that were difficult in resolving that issue, mainly because that developer already had their approvals when it changed, the zoning changed, which made the litigation a little bit difficult from the township side. the attorney. Some of these are questions that were asked here this evening are probably better answered by that attorney. But I'm just trying to recall some of his recommendations were very strong recommendations to the mayor and council that the litigation should be settled. The planning board was also named as a defendant in that litigation, and the same recommendations were made to the planning board attorney. And there was a consensus to that it was in the best interest of the township and residents to settle the 1000 Williamstown Road litigation, and that's in nature of its settlement.
Thank you, Mr. Carlemare. What evidence showed settling was financially better than litigation? You kind of touched on that, but Mr. Asalta, who was brought in on this particular matter, has done this type of work for many, many years. And based on his experience in council, we decided to move forward with settling that. Why was no independent cost benefit analysis released? That was not something that we had asked for. Exactly how many years will the pilot last? 10 years. As far as how much revenue will be generated, I don't have that information in front of me. What's the total number of housing units planned, including any on 1092 Williamstown Road? I know of the 204. I don't have a number.
I don't have a number.
1092. I can find that out for you. If lot 5 is not blighted, what justification supports added? Since the developer already owns it, can follow his own plan, it needs no incentive to build. I'm going by the study that you referenced at the last meeting, Ms. Coyne, that I did not have access to, or other members of council other than Mr. Nash, that given the property's proximity and direct relationship to the existing new redevelopment plan, its inclusion would strengthen the continuity of the redevelopment effort, prevent fragmented land use patterns, and enhance the overall success of the township's redevelopment objectives. So it was recommended that council take appropriate action to formally declare the study area to be in need of redevelopment based on the findings provided in the report that you had cited 10 days ago when we met. How much taxpayer money was spent on the study and why was it needed if inclusion was predetermined? I guess that's a stretch if you believe it was predetermined. With the taxpayer money, that's something, Mr. Cars, you could find out the total amount that we spent on this particular study.
Yes.
You find that? Okay. And if Councilwoman Helmut Albright Troxel should have recused herself, how does that affect the validity of the board's recommendation that block 18302 lot 5 be included in the redevelopment plan? Ms. Troxel is a voting member of the planning board. And I'm going to defer to you, Mr. Carlemare. You have worked with this planning board and other planning boards throughout the state of New Jersey. She is a voting member, and she has the right to vote on any of those plans that are provided.
Correct.
Okay. Do you feel that there was anything that any impartiality that she may have had voting on this?
No, I didn't sense that at all from what her comments have been throughout the process.
Okay.
I want to make one thing that I think the public should be aware of, that the 1000 Williamstown Road project was approved when the zoning allowed warehouses on that whole area. When the state of New Jersey changed, and since warehousing was such a large throughout New Jersey, there was an influx of a lot of warehousing development throughout the state of New Jersey. The state of New Jersey came down with a very interesting, very well written and recommended zoning change to municipalities that were being adversely impacted by the zoning that allowed warehouses. Council took the affirmative position at that point and changed that zone. Where the litigation came in is that developer had already planning board approval, had already council approval, had already zoning approval to build warehouses. When the zoning changed, that developer was harmed. In a sense, that was the nature of their litigation, because they could no longer build the extensive amount of warehousing in that area. And the zone change made it more palatable for that area of the township for residential development. And that was the impact. If we had continued to fight that and lost it, there'd be warehouse instead of residential development in that area.
Thank you, Mr. Carlemare. Ms. Gentili came up and kind of echoed the things that were said by Ms. Coyne. Ms. Gentili, I tried to write down most of the things that you had written, and you had a few questions. Was your summary correct? And then it's true regarding ordinance 025 would have to be passed for this agreement to go forward. Council, why wasn't there an independent financial review? The settlement agreement, any estimates of the cost? So those things, I'm going to ask, you said that indicate if we had back and forth, I wouldn't be able to go back and forth, to be frank with you, and answer those questions. If it was in front of me, if you could provide that in the future, I would appreciate it. But it kind of echoed the things that Ms. Coyne and also Mr. Carlemare and myself responded to. But I do want to bring up one point. The pilot and the comment that adding this development or any development, and it's been said over and over again that this development would, or any development would increase and stress our school district. And anyone who has followed our council meetings over the years has heard me say that, an example, Valley Brook has 1,300 units, and there's less than 100 students that attend Gloucester Township schools from Valley Brook. Who I aired. There's only 68 students that attend school from Valley Brook, 17 in Glen Landing and 14 in Lauren Fleming out of 1,300 units. But let's go a little further. Windy Hills, the apartments located on Erie Road, and also the townhomes, there are 17 children that attend Gloucester Township schools. And let's go further south, Village Green Townhomes across from Cobblestone off Sicklerville Road, that there are 15 students that attend the elementary school, Lily, and 6 at Mullen. In addition to that, and this information can be found in the budget that's prepared by the local school district and the high school district, student enrollment numbers. Student enrollment numbers in 2005, 2006 was 7,843 students. Student enrollment as of today for the Gloucester Township Public School District is 6,496. And in the Black Horse Pike Regional School District, I don't have the numbers that go back to 2005, but from 2019 to 2023 is reduced by 136 students. But back in 2010, the Black Horse Pike Regional School District had 4,152 students. So currently they have 3,527. I found interesting as well is that there is a website called the National Center for Education Statistics. And this has information regarding total population of our township, the community, households, but it also has when structures were built in our community. So before 1970, of all the total structures that we have in the township, and this is up until 2023, 30.7% was built of these structures before 1970 of the total housing stock that we have here. Many people who have grown up here know this was a farming, not farming, but a bedroom community, not a lot of business, residential homes. From 1970 to 1999, 55.2% there was housing that took place between that period, 1970 to 1999. So you saw a burst in housing. But from 2000 on and after, only 14.2% of housing took place, structures that were built in that time period. And again, this could be found. You can look it up. I'll give you the site, American Education Demographics and Geographic Estimates from the National Center for Education Statistics. The enrollment numbers are not 8,000 students where it was in the mid-2000s. Enrollment numbers for Gloucester Township schools is 6,496 students. The needs have changed. There are students that are coming in that have different needs than 20 years ago. There is full-day preschool, which is added. There's 399 preschool students that attend our schools. So when you talk about we need to build a new building, a building is for our preschool students. We have preschool students that are in our middle schools right now. So I'm not sure if the information that's provided by some of the folks regarding this housing is going to end up to our schools bursting at the seams when the numbers have declined for the last 20 years in our school district with student enrollment. Housing has only increased 14% since 2000 until 2023. So I don't understand. And I guess, they see, you could still say over and over again that overdevelopment is taking place. Developers are bad. We're corrupt, and everything's a mess here in Gloucester Township. But that's a tired statement. But yes, I just thank you for allowing me to provide that clarification on enrollment numbers. And again, they can be found in the audit that's provided every year. They can be found in the budget that's presented by both school districts, the enrollment that we have in our school district. Mr. Brown, thank you for addressing the flag and the eagle. Thank you. The solar panels, that's why I tried to get some clarification from you, because we have solar panels. We have GEMS landfill solar panels. We rent out solar panels, lease them out on Summerdale Road. We have panels that are on top of our schools and also our buildings. I can't give you a figure off the top of my head. Is that something that
I do not have that, no.
you wouldn't? Okay. All right. The revenue from the outlets. The outlets are the largest taxpayer in Gloucester Township. They had a 5-year pilot that ran from 2015 to 2020. They just celebrated their 10-year. They pay full freight. During that time period, they paid for their taxes full freight on the parcel of land. And, it was actually $6,000 or something that they paid for those 60 acres of land. Do you happen to have Ms. Eric know off the top of your head, or give me a roundabout figure of what they pay in taxes? Sorry to put you on the spot. Folks, I'm having a hard time hearing. There's whispering out there. Okay. Okay. But it is the largest taxpayer, followed by Millbridge, I believe. Okay.
Yeah, one or the other is.
No, the outlets are the largest taxpayer. I'll try to get that figure. I have your email as well, Mr. Brown. The revenue from the marijuana sales, I wouldn't be able to have that for you here. Is that something also that your office could provide?
Mrs. Eric can provide that.
Okay.
My question on that was, how do we make a budget if we don't have a guess on what the revenue is? Because that's why I asked you.
Okay.
We've done a budget since.
So we could provide that. And then you provided comments regarding the debt and how we can get a handle on the debt. We have increasing needs and costs. If we take a look at what's happening nationally and how our debt has increased tremendously in the last few months, we always take a look at ways that we could do things a little bit better and more efficient, and we'll continue to do that. But we do have needs that we have to address throughout the township. If anyone else want to add to that, feel free. Okay. And let me go back to Mr. Leader I forgot Mr. Leader. I'm sorry. When he was talking about the ads, if they were approved by the council candidate. Mr. Castro, do you want to address that or?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. When Mr. Leader indicated he stood at the end of the meeting and the member standing should be called upon. Mr. Leader, you're not a member of the governing body here. And if you look at Robert's Rules of Order, it is addressing the individuals of the meeting who are part of that organization that are members of it. So I took a look at it. If you want to take a look at it again, feel free. If I am wrong, please feel free to bring that to me. But we also closed the second public portion. It was gavelled that we closed the second public portion, and no comments were made after that. Regarding trash, I don't know what you're talking about, people picking up trash. We are going out for trash bids, exactly. The violation of our public portion in crosstalk, we've talked about this several times since January. It gives an opportunity for our residents to speak uninterrupted for either 3 or 5 minutes, and then we answer that. If there was crosstalk back and forth, I don't think that they would get even through the questions that are asked. The organizational chart, that is something that is requested from the administration And that request has not been made by the administration, but thank you for your request on that organizational chart. That concludes our public portion. Polling of directors.
Mr. Carlemere.
Nothing to report.
Mr. Cardis.
I just want to congratulate Chief on his retirement. Wish you the best of luck moving forward. I've enjoyed working with you.
Chief Harkins.
If you'll indulge me for a minute, I'll just go, as this is my last council meeting. I don't know what I'm going to do on every other Monday night now. I'll find something though, I'm sure. But just going around, and I say this sincerely, the teamwork and the support that I've experienced as the chief of police since the last 6 years. Prior to that, being the deputy chief of police since 2011, captain prior, and after 30 years and it's almost 7 months, past council members, all of you, I really, I've never had the time where I'm like really dreaded or anything like that to come before you or answer anything. It's been the professionalism and the respect amongst this administration and the town council is unprecedented. I haven't experienced in any other organization. And Mr. McGill, I mean, he's a great help to us in the police department. We just see him here, but he handles a lot of things. Mr. Castro, I will just, I'll say you're new to council, but the impression you made when you first were appointed to council, you came up to my office and we addressed, you had a lot of questions wanting to find out. And I found you, I know with your emergency services background, we had that connect, but I wish you all the best. And I appreciated all the feedback and all the information that you got from us. Helen, I remember Helen going way, way back. And I appreciate all that you've done, going back to your time as at the time it was called County Freeholder, and you were director of the public safety, and we interacted many times. So thank you for all you've done serving the community. Tara, again, another great. I know you're a great supporter of the police department, and the interactions that you had with us and our officers has been truly appreciated. Showing up to events and knowing that support, it's greatly appreciated. My neighbor over here, Jim. Yep, I know. We see each other going around, and I appreciate. We've known each other a long, long time, and we can have that conversation. And Miss Grace, I work with Miss Grace. I know she's not here, but work with her in a lot. And I received today a congratulations card from Miss Shirley from the Brittany Woods Action Group, which was much appreciated. And I had worked with Carolyn on that. And I am very proud of the impact that we've had on Brittany Woods from the time when I started as a patrolman in 1995 and what was going on out there compared to what it is now with the team effort that we've had through the administration, police efforts, and the community members that get it done out there. It's just totally different. It's quiet, safe, normal neighborhood that I never thought 30 years ago I would see. And it's a great testament to this town, this community. Mike, I know my fellow coach from Field of Dreams and all what you do, and being here 10 years, many times to the meeting. And I think, I think we first met when you were coaching and I had an interaction, and your support is always, I don't have to tell you, I appreciate it. Mr. Mercado, we've been around for how long? Crossing each other. And I as a council president, I've always felt that your door was open, more like phone calls. I mean, when we had to call and address various issues, making your immediate response, your listening has been greatly appreciated, not only by me, but those members of the police department. That's my job to represent to all of you with all of that. Mr. Carlemere, we were just talking. I've known Mr. Carlemere since I was a little kid, where we grew up in the same neighborhood at Highland Park. We were talking about Used to play football and sports on where the office building is. And so I've known him for that long. My parents have known him for that long. And, it's been an honor to serve with you. Tom, listen, my job doesn't get done without open lines of communication with the business administrator of the town. And, even in middle of the night, no matter what, if there was an emergency and we didn't know how to deal with things, speaking with Tom during the pandemic, I was looking at, as I cleaned things out, the pandemic, the bizarre nature of of government operations during that time and the hurdles that had to be overcome. Tom's door has always been open to me. Phone calls, we speak 3-4 times a day, oftentimes for various issues. And your leadership of Public Works has always been for us a real partnership. And just the administration, Christy, I put you into that because, again, finances and keeping us, when emergencies coming and unexpected things, they have always responded completely to that. Finishing with Mrs. Power, I would just say about Nancy, other than being a friend, she is the glue that keeps this municipal government together. She is the liaison between not only what council does, she is the lead contact for most of the public activities, the mayor's office through everything. And I have no greater confidant in the municipal government other than, the mayor, our HR department, Tom. Nancy has always been the one to help navigate things because, doing resolutions or how to do bonds and things like that to get the legalities of it, especially when you're a new chief or an administrator, it couldn't be done without her stopping what she's doing. And I've seen it. She stops what she's doing, gets us the answer, gets us what needs to be done, and the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And she lets me know between liquor licenses, all the licensing that she does is the busiest office probably here in the municipal building. And it has the most public contact and the Oprahs that she does keep flowing to see her and her staff in action. I will just say that I am proud to call her a good friend and a colleague, as I do all of this staff. So it has been an honor. It's been the honor of my life to be a police officer here at Gloucester Township for 30 years. To be the chief of police, I never thought I'd make that. Been proud to serve. It is, I don't regret a day of it. I don't regret any of it. It's difficult to pull the plug because I do enjoy coming. However, I have the utmost confidence in my successor. Chief Manazzi will do an outstanding job. His staff, Deputy Chief Stolzheimer, who I had the honor of being his field training officer. His father hired me. And also the captains, Kohlmeyer, the new captain, Captain Massey, Captain Crabtree by the end of the week. I've watched these guys grow and develop. They buy into it. Their heart is into serving this community and all the officers of Gloucester Township. So it's been an honor. I just thank all of you. Thank you for recognizing me before. And just know that I'm still going to be around, but your cooperation, your teamwork, your can-do, getting everything done to make what this community has become that I've seen in over the last 30 years. I never thought the things that were happening, but to see how it happens, it doesn't get done without the teamwork. I thank the mayor and his staff. They have been, a great partner for us in getting things done, and the police department can't operate without that government interaction. So I wish everyone all the best. Please, if there's anything I can do further, I assure you the transition has been smooth. I have the utmost confidence in the men and women of the Gloucester Township Police Department. I've been an honor to serve with them. So thank you for all these years of cooperation. It has truly been my honor to serve with all of you. Thank you.
Mr. McGill,
Congratulations, Chief. It's been an honor working with you.
Mr. Mignon.
What a wonderful event tonight. Like I said earlier, the energy was awesome. Congratulations to all the coaches, mentors, and leaders. Speaking of energy and leaders, Chief, I appreciate your energy, all you've done for our township. You will absolutely be sorely missed, not only by your leadership, but your presence. We are thankful to have you as our chief and a police officer in our township. Best of luck to you in the future. Enjoy your retirement. You've earned it.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Yes, congratulations to all the chiefs that were here this evening, especially the ones that brought their troops up with them. I thought that was just wonderful. Did my heart good to see so many young people being so energetic in our town. And Chief, I've known you for a long, long time. I started back in the 90s, and I remember you from then. Of course, we were both young children at the time. But I have to tell you, I have never had a day that I haven't admired or respected how you've handled yourself, especially in some difficult situations that have come to us in this township. And you'd handled them with aplomb. And I really, really appreciate that. You set an example as a role model, not just for the rest of the police, but for all the people that live in town. You set that role model high. And I think that's really important because people need to see people that they can respect and aspire to. And I think that a lot of young people who may want to become police officers will look to you and say, gee, he started out here, look where he ended up. And hopefully you inspire others to do that type of work. So I just want to thank you. And I have one final thing. Remember, retirement is the best gift you give yourself because you earned it. Thank you.
Mr. Nash.
Yeah, I'll kind of repeat what I said to you last week or 2 weeks ago. Congratulations on a long retirement, a well-deserved retirement. So thank you for everything you did. I'll see you around town. Also, tonight's event, one of the better events of the year, right? We're recognizing people who devote countless hours of their time to the community. So I think it's nice that we give it back a little bit to them. So congratulations to them. But it also, something the mayor said, what kind of caught my ear a little bit was, and someone mentioned property taxes. We all hate property taxes, right? It's not something we're excited about. But council, it's always been and always will be the top priority for us is to operate the town and to grow the town the best way possible, and to do that without increasing taxes. But it's also very, very important, it is to me anyway, to look at it two sides of the coin, right? So I understand there's people with limited incomes and there's people that are, the tax dollars mean a great deal. But then there's also a great portion of the population who is interested in growth. And seeing all the kids here today, all the sports organizations, and being involved in the investments that the town is making is crucial. It's paramount to me personally, being a coach and a president of a baseball organization. But I just wanted to bring that up. Yes, we hate taxes, but to see the Field of Dreams children now being able to play on Friday nights under the lights, I mean, why shouldn't they? To see our baseball, softball, middle schools as well, middle school, high school baseball and softball. There's a lot of kids, thousands and thousands of kids who can't play baseball for 6-7 months out of the year, right? Because of the weather. Now we have an indoor batting cage. Why shouldn't we? These are great luxuries that we're bringing to the town, and it should be celebrated. Yeah, it costs tax dollars, but it's the town that I want to live in. It's the town that is going to bring in more and more people, active members of our society and to our community. So yeah, I appreciate it. I hate taxes. We're going to do our best, but at the same time, we want the town to grow. So thanks for coming out.
Mrs. Walters.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to congratulate all the coaches, all their time, their effort, their commitment that they've given to the kids and to the community to make it better. Just to be part of it and to do all the extras that they do. I want to thank everybody who came out for trunk or treat last Friday night. It was a great night. We had a bunch of kids, families. Thanks to Public Works and the police for all their support during that time. And congratulations to the chief. You have made a difference in this township. I am proud to live here, work here, play here. So I am lucky to know you personally and to thank you for all your support, your commitment, your leadership, all that you have given back to the community, your guidance. Those we're lucky to work underneath of you and to give them the guidance. So I appreciate it. Good luck on your retirement. Have fun, enjoy it, and no regrets.
Mr. Castro?
First off, I want to start off with, like everyone else says, congratulations to all the coaches for the recognition. Takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of volunteering, dealing not just with the kids, but the adult kids as well. So you got to give them a lot of credit for that. As well as Miss Tara said, Trunk or Treat was a great event last week. Must have been over 1,500 kids at least.
More than that.
At least.
More than that. 1,300
But
cups
it
of
was great to see everyone
Times
come out
3.
and with their costumes and just happy, and just to see how the kids reacted when they saw the mayor. It was like seeing a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, and to the man of the hour, I've only known you about as long as the New York Minute, but I truly feel that when we first met and had that conversation in your office, we both had the same passion for public safety and as far as how we want the township to go. And I know by you saying that you're leaving it in good hands, I hate to see you go, but happy to see you leave.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, sir.
Mr. Mercado?
How's the new guy who's been here for a minute good in your office? I haven't been there in years.
And I got a corner.
I want to congratulate all the honorees this evening and thank them very much, all the coaches, for leading our kids. They're all our kids. And all the various programs and athletic programs that we have here in our township and giving of their time. When you're coaching, no one cares if you're a Republican or a Democrat or you're Jew or Gentile. And, you know, they just want you to coach their kid. And when I coached T-ball, I loved it. You know, they just want to know what's for snack, who won the game. Everyone wins in T-ball, you know, and who got the game ball. And that was like the best time. And so thank you, coaches, for what you do. I want to thank Public Works and the police department for all their help with Trunk or Treat. It gets bigger and bigger every year. And I appreciate all the help from Public Works and the police department, making sure that everyone was safe there and enjoyed the evening. It was a beautiful night. I actually killed Tara and Michael and my son working hot. They worked the hot chocolate stand, and there was 1,500 cups, and we ran out of cups. That's with plenty to go. And so I had to buy mignon, dinner afterwards. Tara passed. So, but thank you very much for that. And then the chief, and just reflecting upon the chief. One thing, and I throw some words out here. I'm a bullet point guy. He is always available. The man has never turned down the phone call of mine. And if he had to, he's like, I will get right back to you. During COVID, we had daily briefings that were taking place at 2:00. Tom was on that, the chief, the mayor, Public Works. I would chime in when I was able to. And there was just a level of calmness from the chief, and he portrayed that and tried to alleviate any fears that we may have and make sure that we were all safe. That was a crazy time that year. We had things that were happening in Minneapolis with George Floyd, and people looked at police officers not in the shininess of lights, but our police department, through his leadership, stood out. I remember him leading and walking during a Black Lives Matter rally into our park here at Veterans Park. I remember him in 2018, when shots are being fired at Brittany Woods, and he is there on site. I remember when I've asked him, hey, I got this crazy idea about trunk or treat, and the first year was it was a show, you know. I'm not gonna give you the expression before it, but that first year, it's like, oh no, we gotta change this. I'm like, we're just gonna have kids get trunk or treating, and it's like, but we got it down pat. I remember seeing him every year show up at MLK Day, bringing 25 to 30 officers that never register. And always I said, but they show up, and he's there on the front line doing work with them. I see him on Saturdays as a fellow coach at Field of Dreams. So Michael and I joke around, like, the chief doesn't play. He goes to that lineup. All right, you're up, you're up, you're up. And we say, does the chief have to go somewhere? Because he's running through that lineup, okay? Keep it moving. But I remember knocking on doors one year when I was campaigning in Highland Park, and I knocked on his parents' door, and they told me how proud they were of you and your brother. And you saw that on their face when they spoke of you. And I saw you on Gloucester Township Day in 2024 that evening, and I said, the chief is not messing around today. And it was chaos, and you were making sure that your officers and that everyone that was attending there that night was safe. And you made that call, we're going to clear this field. The distance between me and you was like the distance now. I said, he's not messing around, and he cleared this field. And you also made the bold choice and decision to say, 2025 Gloucester Township Day, we can't do this. We have to keep our township safe. It was hurtful. It hurt people that decision had to be made. But you were front and center with the mayor saying, we need to keep our residents safe. And that's leadership. So I appreciate you for all that. And again, there's a level of calmness to you. I know I personally feel safe, and we feel safe when you are around. And we also know that things will get done and they will go as planned. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you've done. You're my fourth chief I've worked with, all outstanding individuals, and there's good stock here in Gloucester Township Police Department, and you have been a huge part of that. So thank you very much. God bless you. Okay. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Have a great evening, everyone.
Turn him off the machine.
I keep this place running.
And I stay quiet. That's the best part.
You see and hear things and just leave it at that.
That's it.